We are here at the Op.
There we go.
My man Ross. Ross is going to, actually, he's here with Megan as well.
Hey.
He's going to talk about a bunch of new stuff that the Op has. So
yeah.
Take it away, Ross.
Cool. We have a lot of great things, so we want to hear about first.
Pretty much anything Disney, Harry Potter, all of them.
All right, cool. Let's go Disney big on the, how about Disney Geek Out?
Okay.
Let's jump into there, right? So we announced Geek Out Disney, well, which is a game by Elisa Teague. And so it's a party game where you're trying to bid and out knowledge the other players in the room, right? So how many Disney characters can you name that have a sword? So you'd say a number, right? So you'd be like 2. And I'd be like, oh, I can name 3. And he'd be like, oh, I can name 4. So we keep outbidding and bidding and bidding, and then once we get there, they'd be like, cool. Then you got to name that many, right? So that's kind of where the game gets to. You got to name how many locations or whatever. All kinds of cool cards. So it's like, name films released before 1960. Can you name songs from Aladdin? That kind of stuff. So it's kind of a nice quiz on your Disney knowledge. It's super fun.
She's a master. She's worked there.
Worked there.
Oh,
3 years.
You'd rock it out then, right? So.
Hopefully.
Yeah, I hope so.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we have this one, and then our Fletch, one of our in-house guys, he's at the park like every other day. And so he's like, oh my gosh, all these things, it's gonna be so good. So it was coming out. It'll be available in the fall, which will be super cool. Also, we've got for our next Disney game, Munchkin Disney DuckTales. Woo! So with this one, you're playing as Huey, Dewey, you, and so on, and you're going through, and it's Munchkin DuckTales. You can read history, there's also mysteries, who knows, but also backstab your friend and do these things. And so we're really jazzed for this game. It'll be coming out in the fall, and it's just a nice celebration of all the nostalgic classic DuckTales you all know and love. So that's super good. We're coming out. We have some bookmarks for that too. They are giant money bucks, because of course they are. And then with that, also we just talked about it for a little bit. We have Toy Story, Disney, Pixar, Toy Story, Obstacles and Adventures.
Now, I had asked Ross if this was basically a reskin of the Hogwarts Battle, and he said...
I said, no, it's not. So it does use the Hogwarts Battle engine, right? Because you want to have the deck building stuff going on, but it's got 6 games in it, like the Hogwarts Battle. So you're playing the 4 animated movies and then the 2 shorts. So we didn't have it at Origins because 4 hadn't been out yet.
Yes.
So we didn't want to tease anything too crazy, right? But yeah, so in this one, it's also a 5-player game.
Okay.
So in book 1, it's 4-player. When you have 5 players, you're in book 2, because that's when you get joined by Jessie. So she comes in, and you can do all that. And this one's very, you're trying to solve different obstacles and working against Sid as he gets to different things there. But as each one goes on, you got like Sticky Pete for 2, and then you're doing all those different things. But also, there's a lot more co-op interaction. So you're trying to get like the Iron Man, have different abilities there. You can do these kind of things. It's really fun.
So I'm a big fan of Hogwarts Battle.
Great.
So big fan of Disney. So it's
and it's right in there, right? And so you get all the cool little alien guys going on, the Iron Man, all the art style just jumps right out. And so it definitely is like, hey, we want kids to play and do all these things. And once you get to like game 4, it really revs up. And you really got to like make sure that your teamwork is in there, and it's a blast. But I don't want to tease too much for the higher ones, but it's a lot of good. And then Harry Potter stuff.
Yes.
Yeah.
Really looking forward to.
Yeah. So we've got our Defense Against the Dark Arts here, Harry Potter Hogwarts Battle. This is our 2-player game. So this one you can play as generic students. So you're playing as students. What house are you?
Hufflepuff.
Best house.
Yes.
There we go. So in this one you're playing as generic students. They're all double-sided too. So we can both play as Hufflepuff, doing whatever. And we're same kind of thing. You are buying items and allies and spells, all to push the other players back. So we'll start on the dueling club kind of thing, and as we have attack cards, we'll push them back and do different things. And then the first person to win 3 games wins the game.
Nice.
So it goes pretty quick, and then the game can kind of rev up as you get different abilities and characters and stuff like that. Also, there's faction-based cards. So you can get cards that are Gryffindor, Ravenclaw, Hufflepuff, and so on, and those add different abilities to you. There's cards that also stay out. So you have allies that will hang out, and they'll give you different bonuses. But also, there's hexes now. So you can get spells and put those into your deck, where they'll make you discard cards and lose a turn and different things. And so you kind of got to make sure you got an engine that kind of builds against what we're going on there.
Gotcha.
Yeah, this game is already flying off the shelves. It's super cool. There's some new promo cards for it too, which is great. So we have that.
Now this is what Dad has been looking forward to.
Yeah.
This is the ultimate Christmas game.
It is not.
It actually is. Oh, it totally is.
No.
Yeah. Yes, it is. It is.
Anyway.
Please tell my wife this is a Christmas movie.
It is. You got to do it up.
We could argue about this all day. But
We could, and they have, right? And so we have our Die Hard, the Not Gonna Be a High Sport game, and so it is a Christmas game. But if not, definitely, I don't know what colors may give it away, but it's some kind of Christmas game. But in this game, it's a very cinematic, thematic game where it's a one versus all. So one person's playing as John McClane, the other 3 are playing as the thieves. And the game has 3 acts. For the first act, the board is only folded in the 1 square. Act 2, the board folds over to Act 2. And then Act 3, it's a full board.
That's interesting.
It's very neat. Yeah, so in the game, John's trying to, of course, stop the thieves, do all the hostage maneuvers and things like that. Well, the thieves want to stop John, they want to crack the code, do different things. So as they're trying to stop John, the thieves have cards that will allow them to unlock the safe. And so there's a main thief token. I've been calling it the Gerber token, right? And as you pass it around, house ruling, you have to sound like Hans Gerber, but you don't have to, but you kind of can. And in that one, you're picking the different cards you're going to do. So as the thieves, we're all going to play cards face down. You're going to go to that character, and they'll pick it, and it has different attacks, movements, and that person will choose what we're going to do on that turn. Now, John can die in this game. The thieves can kill John, and as they're trying to kill John, if he loses cards, he'll lose cards out of his deck, and he only gets 1 deck that will last the whole game. So he's got to make sure that he's making all the right moves. He's got to get his shoes. He's got to be careful about the glass and all the stuff, so that he can get to the 30th floor and then finally get Hans Gruber. So the art style is very unique. It kind of captures a lot of cool things with there. It's full of cool quotes, cool different things. So it's very, very cinematic as you're going around. The game lasts 90 minutes, so kind of like the same run as the movie. And so as you're going from Act 1 then to Act 2, and on Act 2, the thieves can shoot down the glass. They have RPGs they can use to shoot the police. And then as you get onto the roof, in Act 3, you gotta make sure the FBI guys don't get you. And then you finally get on the 30th floor and bust it out. This game is very, very fun. We can play it right now if we had time. It'd be awesome.
All right, thanks, Ross.
No problems.
All right, now Ross is going to show us the one we're really, really, really excited for. That is Talisman Kingdom Hearts.
Yeah, so here's our Talisman Kingdom Hearts game. This is our first time showing it off ever. This is our first production copy. We've been kind of rocking it out. We have our 3D printed things here from in-house. Everything we're looking at. We've got all the different characters. So have you played Talisman before?
No.
Oh man, Dad, you gotta get on that.
We're waiting for this one.
That's fair enough. So in Talisman, it's a classic game from Games Workshop, and it's a roll and move adventure game. So the game is all about trying to get to the center of the board and stop the evil. So in this game, you are fighting the darkness. So you gotta get to the door, close it, and save the universe. So you have all the different characters from Kingdom Hearts. So you've got, we have Goofy and Sora and King Mickey out here, but of course there's other characters too. We have Donald, also Mulan is in there, and we're really kind of jazzed to kind of explore the world that is Kingdom Hearts. This is the first Kingdom Hearts board game. So we have all this crazy art. The board is just super colorful. It really dives deep into the lore you can get in here. And so in the game, you're rolling and moving and going around the board, and there's as you get there, oh no, what does that do? Well, then we're gonna put the card over, and it'll be like, oh, it's an Air Social Heartless. So then you gotta fight them and do a thing. So you're gonna be raising up your strength and your magic, and you want to make sure that you are building up one of your abilities really, really well, and that's what you're going to focus on to fight the different bad guys and do all those things. Now in Talisman, it's usually a kind of a head-to-head game. So if you were to land on the same spot, we'd fight each other. But in our version for Kingdom Hearts Talisman, you team up and you co-op and you'll fight against the darkness guys. So you'll fight against the Heartless, you get the points, do a thing. It's really good. So we don't want that fighting thing for Kingdom Hearts. That isn't how that works. So yeah, it'll be coming out later in the fall. We're really excited for it. It's going to be super cool.
Yeah, we're very excited for it.
Yes.
Good. Yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun. So we also have the Batman version too, and that's out in stores right now.
Yeah.
We've really been enjoying that one, and it's kind of like a head-to-head where you're playing as Batman's Rogue Gallery, going through. Yeah, we're really jazzed for Kingdom Hearts. It's going to be so much fun.
Looks like a lot of fun.
All right, thanks, Ross.
Thank you.
So we're at the op table. We just finished demoing Harry Potter Deputy Rising. It's a lot like Thanos Rising, as you saw on our channel previously, but it's Harry Potter themed, so it's a lot cooler. So instead of like the Infinity Stones, you're going after different locations. So you have Diagon Alley, Hogsmeade, and the Ministry of Magic as different locations and then different areas within them. So you played as Dumbledore, I played as Sirius Black. We didn't get very far, but we also didn't suck either, which was kind of nice.
The dice are really.
Yeah, the dice are super cool.
And
All the artwork is straight from the movie, so it's really cool for that as well. Yeah, definitely looking forward to get this on our channel.
And you got a lot of different players that you can play
Couple of
with.
six, I've been thinking. I didn't decide the game, but I think you could easily.
Okay, so
You play a
we just
single
got done
hand, and you get
demoing
two cards off the
the
top of the
Ultimate
deck, you
Christmas
look at
game,
one, the
Die
other
Hard.
stays blind.
This is really cool. It's a one versus many.
I was actually John McClane, and the game actually has 3 different acts. So Act 1, we're only using this portion of the board. Act 2, we're going to unfold it. Act 3, we're going to unfold it some more. We have these little figures to represent. There's John McClane. You'll notice he is not wearing any shoes. I did find shoes, but the terrorist had feet smaller than his sister, so the shoes don't work. I was able to get a machine gun, ho ho ho, and I got a radio. So I was able to complete my objectives. All I had to do was get out over here, which I failed to do.
We were close
in the map.
though. We got through one set of the locks, and then we did complete all of that for the thieves' objectives, but that was all we managed to do.
Now, kind of a cool thing is the thieves are all working together, and they're going to have 3 cards in their hand. They're going to select one, and they're going to give it to the lead.
Right up there.
Yeah, it's that guy. Basically, the lead thief.
I've heard all day.
They're going to put their cards, after they got all 3, they're going to put them in order, and then they're going to use the N2 white numbers for the locks, because this is trying to open the safe, and then they're going to use the middle one for their actions, so they can either do punches, shoot, move, shove, all that sort of thing. So really cool looking. I am definitely looking forward to playing this at Christmas with my family. If you would like to support us, you can visit patreon.com/dadvdaughter.
Like and follow us on Facebook to stay current on our show schedule, sneak peeks at future shows, and to interact with us.